Alright everyone, welcome back to a new video. The Epic Raid came out this weekend. Hope you guys all did well on it. I got my completion after 30 something hours. For me it was a little rough, but we got there in the end. I'm going to do different guide videos for each of the bosses, but I just wanted to get this Hobgoblin one out as soon as I could. I'm going to explain this on paint and without actual clips of it. Um, I will post a full completion of Hobgoblin. It's in my VOD on my Twitch at twitch.tv/xxaztecx, all lowercase. You can find it there if you want to as well. But yeah, let's get right into it. This is going to be Hydra. This is also going to be under the assumption that you already know how to complete base Hydra on base Desert Perpetual. So let's get into it. This is also under the assumption you have at least 3 Titans. Let's get into it. So these are your portal spawns right here. You have your portals, and this is your depot zone. The thing that changed with Hobgoblin is you now have a rotating, spinning circle where you would dunk Chronons regularly in boss or on Wyvern encounter, right? That's now rotating in the very center of Hobgoblin, right? Between the 1 through 5 portals. Now, with that being said, you also have every color of Chronon. You have red, white, and blue, all right? For this example, we're going to assume you spawn with whites on the left and blues on the right, all right? Let's get into it. Now, once you before you kill Hydra, you're gonna one person is gonna look around and see what the color distribution is. This is also under the assumption that it's gonna be a relatively perfect split, with whites on this side and blues on this side, and not a white over here and a blue over here. But I diverse. So we have one. Okay. We have one white Minotaur spawn here, one white Minotaur spawn here, one white Minotaur spawn here. So we have 3 whites. One person will... Hydra's dead, right? Chronons spawn. Minotaurs drop the Chronons. Every Minotaur is going to die, right? 5 Minotaurs, 5 deaths, 5 people. 5 people grab a Chronon. No more Chronons on the ground. You have 3 whites. One person depose a white Chronon. White Chronon is gone. White Chronon... Okay, what is happening? Sorry. White Chronon gone. Once you depot it, a canister on the sides of the portals is going to show the color, right? So, for this example, 1 and 2 are going to be white. On the sides of the portal, there's going to be white Chronon that shows up that everybody can see. So everybody should be looking to get the callouts. So we have 1, 2 white. You put that in game chat, right? Put that in game chat. 1, 2 dunk. Boom. Done. No more white Chronons. 2 people still have blues. Hydra dead. Again. Second Hydra dead. Right? One person. Those Minotaurs are still going to be up. One person kills Hydra. Right? Minotaurs are up. We're now, once you dunked white, right? We are now going to have this distribution of Chronons. Assuming that there's going to be... this is going to be the split. But it very well is going to be different, or if you're lucky, it could be like this. We are now going to cross out blues on this side, right? Now we're going to have blues over here. And those 2 people still have their blues, by the way. They haven't dunked yet, right? Red is now here. We now have red Chronons. Red Chronons on the field. Minotaurs are up. We have all 5 Minotaurs back up again, right? Except, for example, now we have 5 whites. Not 5 whites, 5 blues. So, on a plate person, for example, right? plate person has a blue chronon. They depot blue, right? So that one person, right, that had the blue over here, depots blue, right? Blue's in. So we put blue in, and we now have blue as 4 and blue as 5, right? So if another plate person, right, they grabbed it, 4 that had it over here, right? Because this plate person dunked blue, and we know it's 5. Plate person over here who had blue as well is going to dunk 5, right? So now we have 3 blues. The plate people, you should not have a chronon at this point. No one on a plate should have a chronon at this point, okay? So now we're just talking to chronon team at this point, right? So they already dunked 5. So we have 5, and we have 4 blue. Okay. So, with that being said, we already dunked 5, and this is good. We now have 3 chronons over here that need to be grabbed. And those other 3 people should have already gotten 1 blue to go through 4, right? So 2 people should have a chronon. We're going to keep this one right here. This is going to be perma blue, right? We're going to depot, or I guess we depot this one. Or we dunked that one. We're going to depot this one, which gets rid of that one. And this is going to be perma blue, right? Now, once we have perma blue, we're going to come down over here. We have perma blue at this point. We already know that the red is going to be 3 at this point, right? Right. Okay. So, we take a red and we dunk it. We don't depot it. Don't depot it. Okay? Don't depot it. You take a red, you slam it in 3. One person already has perma red. Okay? So once you slam 3, you're good. Right? All of this should be happening before he even starts his laser. By the time you get all the portals done and the next Hydra dead, you should still have about 4 to 5 seconds to force it, right? So, we have this red done, and we have a perma red done as well, down here, right? We're going to make this 3 red. These are your callouts for game chat. 1, 2 white, 54 blue, 3 red, right? So we already have a perma blue, and we have a perma red, right? And we have blues and reds on the field. Well, there's already going to be 1 red, right? And that's assuming that we are only going to have 1, right? But wouldn't we have to depot that in damage, right? Right. So we're not going to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill another Hydra. We're going to spawn another blue. However, for the love of all that is holy, please do not just kill Minotaurs willy-nilly, okay? But you're going to grab another red, okay? Another red, because you already slammed it and you already have perma red. Hydra dead. Grab a red. I know that rhymed a lot. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean for it to. But once you get your perma red, you have perma blue, kill Hydra, grab another red. Slam your red into the depot at this point. Alright? Slam your red into the depot. Once you slam red into depot, for shits and giggles, right guys? We're going to say, this is white again. Right? This is blue again. Now, one person. We already have a perma red and we have perma blue already done, right? So you go to your plates. whether that's cyclical, absolute, or constant, either one. Let's say the call out is, for this one, let's just say it is 1, 2, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 4, 5. Well, you already have a perma red, right? But 3's not it. Well, that's why you swap the colors back to blue and white, right? Before it did the laser. So you got to be kind of quick with this. Before they did the laser. Now, blue, let's say you call it out. You have 5 blue, right? So this blue is done. Hydra's already dead at this point, or should be very close to dead. You have 2 blues on the ground still, but 5's already done. So 5's good. 5 is already slammed. Well, you already grabbed, so someone already grabbed 1 white. Well, 1 white is done. Right? Well, let's say you have the red chronon. For my clear, I sat up here on the leftmost upper portal, and if I had the 1 chronon and I was on a different color, I would sit up here. If, like, for example, like, for perfect example, I had red at one point, and there was a white up here, and it was a dual white call out, right? Well, I was already up here. So what I did when I'm up here is I just killed the white Minotaur as it spawned, and when I got the call, I picked up a white. The chronon you pick up will overwrite the color you already have. So once I picked up white, I now had white, and I can slam 2 white. The last one we need is 4 blue. Well, someone should already have gotten close, or have already gotten the Minotaur to be 4 blue, to where 4 blue is now complete. And that means runner can run. Runner run. So runner is then going to go through each loop, get the thing, boss damage, right? Now, the thing for boss damage is he's always going to teleport between plates. He's not going to come back down. He's going to be on the upper plates, right? So for shits and giggles, he can teleport. A teleport he did a lot for us was far up here, or let's just do this. He did let's do green. So he did far damage. He did left damage, and then he did damage on. He did damage a lot on actually this back plate. And he just went between these 3. Now, the runner should run between every other teleport between the plates, right? And that's the loadout of, like, not loadout, but that's the time piece you need to be running through, is every other teleport. And I know there looks like a lot on the screen, but I just want to. That's my long-winded explanation. It's really wordy, but it works. It's very organized and it works. And I really think this is the most simple method. You can do chaos method, of course, but if you have to like change the depot and change the color in the middle of portals, you're gonna get, it's just gonna be a shit show. All right. But if you do it like this and you get all the orders done where you have permanents and you have the 2s that you need, you're gonna be fine, right? I promise. So just to clean this all up a little bit and to reiterate the most important points, you want to depot. Starting off, everyone grabs a chronon. Starting off, then depot 1 of the 3 colors. By the 3 colors, I mean the color that has the most, right? So depot the most of the 1 color. So if you have white, and white's the most, depot white, have your 2 left, plant 2 white. Still have blues, but you go on that same rotation every time. And you're going to end up with a permanent and a permanent. and then you go back to your original colors of, you have mostly white, mostly blue, and your portals are 2 white, 2 blue, and 1 red, but you already have a permanent red. So I know this was pretty confusing, and I understand that it's a long-winded explanation, and I don't have clips of like what I can show you, but I did the best I could. And if this is too long-winded, I understand if you just exit off right of it. But if you guys like the understanding, give me just give me a heads up in the comments if it was good. If it wasn't good and you guys don't think I should do another one, leave it down in the comments. I'll probably still make one though. But that's it. If you have any suggestions about making this easier, also leave it down in the comments. And make sure you guys like and subscribe. And I know this is going to be coming out pretty early Eastern, or kind of late Eastern Standard Time. But leave it down in the comments if you guys have any other suggestions of what we could do different here to make this simpler. But other than that, that's gonna call it for this video, guys. And thanks for watching, and like and subscribe.